Hey Chiefs Kingdom, we got some news and rumors to get into here on today's show. But before we do that, I want to encourage you guys to subscribe to us here at the Chiefs Report, because the more subscribers we get, the more videos we are going to be able to do just for you guys. So subscribe. Free agency is almost here. The combine is ongoing, and we'll have you guys covered for all of it throughout this offseason. Welcome in to the Kansas City Chiefs Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham, back with a fresh batch of news and rumors. Really just a couple of stories around a couple of star receivers to get into on today's show. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll catch you guys up on the latest on Tyreek Hill and a contract extension. But first, how about signing Amari Cooper? Could this be a possibility? Well, earlier on Friday, ESPN's Adam Schefter reported that the Cowboys are, quote, likely going to release Cooper. Now, Ian Rapoport did add that a trade could still happen, but it does sound like either way, Cooper is going to be moving on from Dallas. It does not sound like they are going to bring him back, and if he is released, then this would certainly be a guy to monitor and, hey, maybe even trade for as well. I'd rather not trade for him. I'd rather just sign him. But if you want to for sure get him, you could obviously trade him. Cooper will cost a lot of money if he is cut, I would imagine, so keep that in mind as well. Here's what we know. Brett Veach isn't scared to be aggressive, whether it's in trades or in free agency. He is not afraid of making a big move. Now, would I probably trade for him? No. But would I have interest in signing him if he gets cut? Abso-freaking-lutely, and I absolutely think that Brett Veach would be in that boat of at least seeing what the market ends up being for Amari Cooper. I think other teams could pay more, but hey, maybe you could get Cooper on a one-year deal to chase a championship, and then he can hit free agency once again in 2023. Should the Chiefs sign Amari Cooper? Type S for sign, type P for pass. Cast your votes for us down in the comment section. And by the way, this will be the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get hit with that YouTube ad break, scroll on down and answer this question. I would definitely have interest in Amari Cooper. There's no doubt about that. If he hits the free agent market, and by the way, if he does, he is available to sign right away. He can sign with the team before free agency even starts, so keep that in mind as well. Now, Cooper last year, didn't have his best statistical season, battled injuries throughout the year, still managed to play 15 games, had 865 yards and 8 touchdowns. But make no mistake, this guy's been a number one receiver in the NFL for quite a while now. He's got 5 1,000-yard seasons in 7 years in the NFL. He's not Tyreek Hill, but if Tyreek Hill's 1A and he's 1B, let's do it, man. That would be absolutely fantastic for the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you put Amari Cooper at the wide receiver position opposite of Tyreek Hill, he can play some slot for you as well. Mecole Hardman becomes your wide receiver 3. That trio with Travis Kelce, the best receiving tight end probably in the history of the sport, with Patrick Mahomes, good luck to opposing secondaries. That would be absolutely fire. That would be flames. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Amari Cooper with Mecole Hardman and Patrick Mahomes in this offensive line and all these other dudes. Yeah, that offense would be pretty doggone good. Now, obviously, the finances is where things could get tricky and things could come into play. Cooper's already the 4th highest paid receiver. Now, if he gets cut, I don't know if he necessarily makes more from another team. Like, is the team going to offer him 22, 23? We know that the Washington Commanders, back when Cooper re-upped with Dallas, had interest in signing Cooper. Would they have interest in paying him big again? Possibly. He's only 27. He turns 28 in June or July. That's not old. He is very much in the prime of his NFL career. You could sign him to a 4-year deal, and by the end of that contract, he's still a very good player. So I'm keeping an eye on this. I think a lot of teams will be very interested in Amari Cooper if he becomes available. Maybe, just maybe, one of those teams would be the Chiefs, led by their aggressive GM in Brett Veach. How much money per year would you give Amari Cooper? Let us know down in the comments section. How much money per year would you give Amari Cooper if he became available? Could I 16, 17 million, 18 for the Chiefs' tricky cap situation? If you get him for less than 20, that's pretty good value. Now, Chiefs Kingdom, we are now on Rumble. Our videos will be published over there, and some exclusive videos from time to time that you will only be able to watch over there at rumble.com/ChiefsTV. We got a little competition going on. We're actually leading the way here at Chat Sports with 132 followers on Rumble already among our team channels. Giants in second place with 111, and talked to my boy Marsh, and he was like, hey, I'm coming for you. You may have a bigger lead on YouTube, but I'm coming on Rumble. And I was like, we'll see. I think Chiefs Kingdom is going to stand tall, so go follow us. Let's beat the competition, rumble.com/ChiefsTV. And Rumble, just like YouTube, has other content creators, business, sports, politics that you can go check out if you are interested in that sort of thing. Okay, let's go from one number one receiver to the current number one receiver. That is one Tyreek Hill. We talked about this on our last video, that the Chiefs are working on a contract extension for Hill. Now, this comes from me and Rapoport, so now that he's reporting it, it's like, okay, clearly there's already been enough chatter that this was probably a possibility, that contract discussions have begun, but now that RapSheet is reporting it, I very much buy into the idea that both parties are working on a deal. He's currently on the last year of his current contract. You don't want to have him enter the year with just 1 year left. So I think a new deal makes a lot of sense, and he's probably going to get a pay raise in the process. Here's Ian Rapoport on this from the Combine. This would be the third contract for Tyreek Hill. My understanding is the two sides, Tyreek Hill's agent Drew Rosenhaus and the Chiefs, have been involved in negotiations. There have been proposals going back and forth on a potential long-term deal. And this isn't surprising. This is not surprising at all. Tyreek Hill is a key figure on your team. This deal's getting done. This isn't going to be like Tyrann Mathieu, where you're like, well, I mean, he plays safety, and that's not as valuable of a position in the NFL, and he's a couple years older than Tyreek Hill is right now, or his best days may be behind him. We'll just let him play out his last year. You can't do that with Tyreek Hill. He's just too important. Last time when you gave him a deal a few years ago, it was incentive-laden due to the off-field concerns at the time. Those have all checked out. He's handled that business, and he's been a professional during this last contract. He's worthy of a new deal, and the on-field production is the reason why. I mean, he's just, it's been nice to see him mature and grow off the field, but on the field, he's just been fantastic. He's done stuff that very few receivers have done through 6 NFL seasons. I think we had that stat for you the other day where 6,600-plus yards and 66 total touchdowns through 6 seasons had only been done by 2 other receivers, Randy Moss and Jerry Rice. That's pretty good company to be in if you're Tyreek Hill. What's also good company to be in is to be the highest paid receiver in the NFL. Could that happen? Maybe. I don't know if he'll get more than 27 per year, which is what DeAndre Hopkins got, but I do think second highest paid is very much a possibility, if not a probability. I think he will want more money than what Julio Jones has with the Tennessee Titans. So we'll monitor this. Seems like a deal is trending toward getting done. I could see it happening before free agency, because if you structure it in a way, you could lower his cap hit for this year, which then frees up more money to maybe sign a guy like Amari Cooper if he were to get cut. Will Tyreek Hill become the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL? Type Y for yes, type in for no. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say second highest. I don't think he gets over $27 million per season, but I do think he'll be over $22 million, which would make him the second highest paid receiver in the National Football League. Subscribe to us here at the Chiefs Report. Like we mentioned, more videos if we get more subscribers. The NFL Combine's still ongoing, and free agency, draft, more off-season, trade stuff, it's all heating up, and we will have you guys covered here on this channel. So subscribe and stay tuned for more videos.